Welcome back to Soul Renovation. I'm Adeline Atlas, 7 times published author. Keep going, even when they label you. A label is not a truth. It's someone else's limitation projected onto your power. And when you refuse to internalize those labels, you become dangerous, unshakable, and fully activated in who you actually are. Let's talk to the women who've been labeled, not just described, reduced. The ones who've been called aggressive when they were simply clear. Bossy when they dared to lead. Difficult for refusing to be manipulated. Too much for taking up the space they earned. Complicated because they refuse to be controlled. This one's for you. You've been called names not because you were wrong, but because you were interrupting a narrative that made other people comfortable. They weren't ready for your fire, so they tried to put it out with words, with sideways glances, with passive comments and backhanded compliments. But the real ones? They don't flinch when you speak with conviction. They listen. So if they've called you aggressive, keep being assertive. Assertiveness is not violence. It's alignment. It's the ability to say, here's what I need, without stuttering. Here's what I see, without sugarcoating. Here's what's true, even when it rattles the room. That's leadership. That's clarity. And in a world addicted to comfort, clarity is confrontational. If they've called you bossy, keep on leading. Because bossy is what they call women who refuse to wait their turn. Women who take initiative. Women who know what they're doing and don't apologize for doing it well. The truth? They were never mad that you led. They were mad they couldn't control the way you did it. If they've labeled you difficult, keep telling the truth. Because difficult just means disruptive to lies. It means you weren't willing to nod along. You weren't available for delusion. You asked the questions they couldn't answer and held the line when others folded. Difficult is what the unprepared call the woman who's done being polite about dysfunction. If they've said you're too much, take up even more space. Too loud? Good. Too intense? Needed? Too bold? Exactly. You weren't born to shrink into rooms that can't hold you. You were built to expand them. Your presence is an activator. And if your energy rattles the insecure, that's not your problem. It's a confirmation of your frequency. And if they've whispered that you're complicated, keep asking questions. Because the woman who asks why, and what if, and who said so, is the woman who builds new systems. You weren't put here to blindly obey. You were put here to break the patterns. And the complicated woman is often the correct one. The one who refuses the easy answer because she hears a deeper truth. So, to the labeled woman, I see you. You've been misunderstood on purpose. You've been left out because your power speaks before you enter the room. But let them talk. Let them label. Let them fumble trying to describe what they can't define. You keep moving. Keep speaking. Keep leading. Keep expanding. Because one day, they'll realize that every label they used to box you in was actually proof of who you were becoming. Aggressive means you found your voice. Bossy means you were born to lead. Difficult means you held the line. Too much means you didn't shrink. Complicated means you're awake. The School of Soul Vault is my private monthly membership designed for those who are done just listening and ready to start building. Inside, you get full access to my video series. The unfiltered teachings, the strategy, the game plans, everything I don't share anywhere else. If you're ready to grow in silence and rise with precision, this is where it happens. Join the vault. Monthly access. Lifetime impact. Don't just listen. Lock in. You felt this for a reason. Now move with it. The School of Soul Vault is where the game plans live, where the codes drop, and where the real ones build in silence. Join the membership and start moving like the version of you you've already seen in your visions.